Whoa, we're back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and we're going to be taking a look at a few things in this video, but firstly, I do want to take a little bit of a peek at some leaked content, just because it might help you, because we do know that we are getting TYBW characters very soon. We're aware of that, we know at least 2, but there has been a development that says we could be seeing 2 more after that. I think for a lot of us, 3 was sort of the golden spot. But with the idea that we could be seeing 4, in fact, notably 2 men being Uryu and Ichigo, and then 2 women, I do think that that should shake up your expectations going forward, because there's not so many there could be. I mean, there are a lot of cool women in Bleach Soul or Bleach in general, right? There are a lot of women in the show who have big, substantial fights. But who would they actually put in is a different question entirely. So let's actually take a look at that. We'll switch over to Discord camera here. And the TYBW collaboration with BSR is confirmed to come based on game files, featuring Tsushika Ichigo and Uryu as the first part of the collaboration, expected to start on July 15th. A second part is coming right after, with 2 female characters, as I said previously. 2. So, Ichigo here, Uryu here, both SSR, of course. The 4 TYBW characters have been added to the game files. You can see them just sort of like splattered in here, right? But who, I mean, this of course goes back to a thing that I've been suspecting for a long time, and it's something I've been saying for a long time, which is you should expect this to be one of them, at least Rukia. Rukia should be one of these 110%, like no question about it. That should be the guess, I think. Like, I don't know why it wouldn't be your guess is that Rukia is one of them, but let's take a look in game and again go over what I think is sort of the landing spot. I'm going to combine this with a pass or pull sort of feature. So we're going to talk about this news, and then I'm going to do a should you pull. And it's important that we sort of talk about this news first, because it's going to affect if you should pull, right? So let me pause and make sure my capture is okay, and then we'll get into that. So it looks like my capture is mostly okay. The reason though we're talking about this is because there are a few things to consider here. 1, what will Yuryu's typing be? Now, I've seen people say that we have SR plus characters who are the same type and like role as their SSR counterparts. I don't think this is right. I don't think that SR plus characters should be the benchmark. I think SR plus characters purely exist because Shueisha sort of cock-blocked Nuverse, or whoever you want to say is like the BSR developer, from doing the full characters. These are consolations. That's why they're not characters with a bunch of like effort put in, really, in terms of like making them good or revisiting them or anything like that. So what does that actually mean then? What is like a character we could sort of like rely on for, you know, this sort of like estimate, I guess? I'm going to say that it's really going to end up being Uryu. It's going to end up being Uryu. This character is going to be the thrust tactics character, almost certainly. I don't think that it's like debatable, and we don't have a firm tell. The SR plus characters aren't really the same thing. And until we see, the first time we see Uryu or Rukia in the game is when we'll be able to confirm this information, right? Right now, we do not have a solid base of information. That said, if I had to guess, based on the, I guess sort of just the whole field in the game's current landscape, that being Gin is on his way out, which is why I think Tsushika Ichigo could well be a thrust DPS, and Aizen has been so powerful for so long, this confirmation that there will be 1 woman among the SSR batch, at least minimum, if not 2, tells me that Rukia will be that character. Probably leading off. I said, like, the games do like leading with Rukia. They do. It, like, she's been in all of them really front and center as far as the TYBW promo goes. So there's something there that they understand is popular, is like worth doing. Now, let's pull off of leaks, because who will the woman after that be? It could be anyone. It could be any of the Quincy. It could be one of the captains. It could be a visited from TYBW. Who knows? It could be any of them. It's not really that worth talking about. So, should you pull based on that information? Based on the information that Rukia is almost certainly coming and will almost certainly be a Spirit Tactics character? Okay. I think that Ulquiorra is extremely worth pulling, and I think he's worth pulling with the 0 boundaries. If you want to go for a second boundary, I think, you know, the sky's the limit. But I think he is very worth pulling in his current state. Zaya Lapido is the second character you would pull if you had to pull any of them. I do think that. My feelings have not changed at all. Even without Core Stamp, this character just provides way too much to Spirit teams. Aizen, on the other hand, this character, after a demonstration, after seeing people use this character at B6, at B4, at B1, if you do not have Aizen, the reason I would suggest not pulling for Aizen at this point is you're going to be using Ulquiorra, and to get the most out of Ulquiorra, I think you need at least B1 Aizen. And if you're going to pull for a B1 character, you should probably just pull for Ulquiorra, because Aizen at B0 and B1 feels like he is about to be phased out. And I know it's impossible here, and I know we don't want to hear it, but this feels like the character on the chopping block, unless you're the biggest Aizen fan in the world. And with the sort of leaked confirmation that into the TYBW, and I think these TYBW characters are going to be big. I think they're going to be big because this is the first real synergy that Bleach Soul Resonance has had between the actual IP and the like game itself. So I really wouldn't want to miss out on TYBW Rukia, True Shikai Ichigo, maybe even a True Shikai Ichigo dupe, because you're chasing dupe 1 of Aizen just to make Ulquiorra better. Not even like to make Ulquiorra like so much better, just to make him like feel good, right? I don't think Aizen at B0 is awful or anything either, and I certainly don't think that Aizen isn't a good character, but I do think we're over it. I think we're over it, and I just don't think like we're at the point in the game, you know, 6 months on from the release of Bleach Soul Resonance, where we should be addicted essentially to like one character, like obsessing. I mean, again, unless Aizen is your favorite character. I'm saying if Aizen is your favorite character, then go off. You know, this isn't really for you. But if you're someone's like, yeah, Aizen's cool, then I would say we've passed the point of Aizen as a character. And not only that, and I hate to be this guy, with Grimjo, with Ulquiorra, with Hollow Ichigo, with True Shikai Ichigo coming out, with Yuryu coming out, with Rukia possibly coming out, and with a possible 4th mystery woman coming out, I think the Aizens, the maybe even the Nellels and the Geens, I think they, and also the Hitsugayas, they're starting to even just look dated. Like at this point, do any of the characters I just listed, the 4 I just listed, do they have better animations? Do any of them have better animations than SR plus Ulquiorra? I don't know if I would say so. I really don't know if I would say so. Like, it would be tough for me to make that argument. I think Ulquiorra, even at SR plus, is like, it's kind of like the Bankai Ichigo issue. It's like, once Kenpachi came out, unless you're just a huge Ichigo fan, you already had Kenpachi, who has better animations than Bankai Ichigo, and he was stronger. So what are we doing, really? I think that's really the big problem. I'll sort of just leave it at that, though. You know, we don't need to stick on this video too long. This is a bit of talking of like pass or pull. I do think Ulquiorra is well worth it. I think Ulquiorra is well worth it at B0, by the way. I don't think Ulquiorra needs, you know, I don't think Ulquiorra needs a dupe to even be passable or good or anything. I think this character's really good. And I don't think he needs his B2. At most, I'd say grab his B1 if you really wanted to push. I'll probably do that. But yeah, we're definitely sort of done. We're a little done. So yeah, I've been Lone. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to join the club. We all gonna make it, and peace.